What's up? It's Crashband for the Console Brother here, and I want to talk about the Switch 2. And specifically, I can talk about the pricing of Switch console to console. The Switch pricing, the console is honestly justified. $450 is a good price, to be honest. Cause it can run games at 120 frames at 1080p. That's crazy. That and it's in handheld mode. That's insane. But I gotta talk about that. I could talk about how the game prices are $80. That's a big issue. Okay. But I'm gonna talk about something else. I'm gonna talk about the Switch 1 games. You know, there's some games that are great on Switch 1, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, the physical versions that do not include the DLC, that only include the Switch 2 edition of the upgrade, is gonna cost $90. This is bad and this is very alarming. Gaming Nintendo fans need to make Nintendo know that we do not want this, because you can tell them right now. Tell them now. Go on Facebook, go on X, go everywhere, and let Nintendo know we do not want these prices. Because you know what Nintendo's gonna do when the Switch 2 launches? They are going to increase the price of every Switch 1 game to $90. I guarantee you they will. I guarantee they will. Breath of the Wild, Smash Bros. Ultimate, all those games are gonna cost $90. And also, on the Switch 1 eShop, you go on Switch 1, on the Switch 1, you go to the eShop, everything will cost $90. Nintendo's I'm telling you right now, Nintendo's gonna do this. Nintendo's gonna hire their price, okay? They are testing the waters with this. They are testing the waters. That's like Angry Joe said. They're testing the market. They're testing the waters. They're trying to test you to see how much you're willing to pay. Remember Mario 3D All-Stars? Here's the thing. We need to be more observant of Nintendo. And we cannot let BS slide. You know Mario 3D All-Stars? They made it cost $60. Those are ports. They're not remakes. They're just ports. And I remember talking to people about Spyro and the Crash remakes. Those cost $40, and they're remade from the ground up. They're not ports, they're remakes from the ground up. New models, new textures, everything. And people said, oh, Mario's a bigger franchise. Mario's worth her money. Mario's a bigger franchise. Mario's worth her money. Mario's a bigger franchise. Mario's worth her money. Do you know how stupid that sounds? Do you know how stupid people like that sound like? Oh, it's a bigger franchise, and so it justifies the price. So, because Mario is Mario, a big franchise, a port costing $50 is okay. So, here's the thing. So, you're saying that if they port Mario 64, not a remake, a port of Mario 64 to Switch 2, or another idea, what if they port Mario 3D All-Stars on the Switch 2 and make it cost $90? Would you be willing to buy that? It's still the SNES, only the SNES games. It's not like no, it doesn't include Mario World. There's 4 SNES games. There's no Mario World included. Would you be willing to buy that? $90 for the SNES versions of those games? Like, and here's the thing. Even if they cost 40, if they play at 4K, 120 frames. Let's try to imagine at 120 frames per second, 120 frames per second at 4K. Still, it would not be worth $90. I would still not pay $90 for that. I'd wait for a sale. Honestly, I'd buy it used. I wouldn't buy it $90 for that. And that made Skyward Sword HD $60. People bought it, and then they made Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, and people bought it. You see, and Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Do not buy that game new. Buy it used. Please don't buy DKC HD. Okay, Returns HD new. Okay, don't buy the DK Donkey Kong DK. Don't. Okay? Don't get GameStop and say, I want DK Donkey Kong. Don't tell them that, okay? Buy it used. Buy it on eBay. Buy it used. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll buy used. Because if you buy it new, Nintendo's gonna DK Donkey Kong 9D $100. They're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo's gonna do that. If you buy it $90, this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna remake the DKC trilogy, and they're gonna make it cost $120 or something. $110, $120 for a remake of SNES games. I mean, yeah, it's a remake. I would love a remake of that game, but I want to buy it for that price. You see what I mean? Remember Skyward Sword HD? Remember Skyward Sword HD? Remember it? No. Come back. Remember Skyward Sword HD? That was the beginning. Like, the minute it cost $60, it was just a remaster. It was not a remake. It was just a remaster. Like, it was an upscale port. Like, it was a remaster, But it cost $60, full price. And then they made Tears of the Kingdom. No, wait. Sit down. Wait a minute. Sit the hell down. And now they're remaking games at $80. Gotta be more observant what they're trying to do, You gotta be more observant. DKC HD is a remaster. It's not a remake, it's a remaster, right? And it costs full price, $60, right? There's like Skyward Sword HD, another remaster costs $60. And think about this. Tears of the Kingdom costs $70. How much does Donkey Kong DK, Donkey Kong Bonanza cost? $70. Just like Tears of the Kingdom. Think about the pattern. The next Donkey Kong game is gonna cost $80. When Nintendo remakes DKC 1, 2, and 3, they're gonna make it cost $80. I'm telling you right now, they'll make it cost $80 if you buy Bonanza new. You see what I mean? Don't buy Bonanza new. Don't buy actually no. Do buy Bonanza new, but don't buy DKC Returns HD. Because Bonanza is a great game. I want more 3D Donkey Kong games. Buy it because we want more 3D Donkey Kong games. So don't buy Skyward Sword HD, please. DKC HD, Return HD new. Don't do that because Nintendo is watching the things you buy. They're watching. They're paying attention. Nintendo is being observant of what we're buying. And we need to be more observant of what they're doing with the market. They're going to ruin everything. Every single game will cost $100, $120, $150. And every single game, every single console will cost an arm and a leg and a brain and everything and a hand and every single part of your body you have to sell it to get that system. Like, $1,000. You have to sell all your organs, all your body parts to buy the console and the games and all the accessories. It's like so much long to get all those body parts and you sell them and then you come back out. Somehow you have to rebuy body parts of it. It's crazy, these stupid prices. Like I said, there's a pattern. Skyward Sword HD, $60. Tears of the Kingdom, $70. Mario Kart World is $80. DKC Returns HD, $60. DK Bonanza, $70. Next game, $80. You know what I mean? You see what Nintendo's doing? Think about that.